Okay, I'm ready. Well, not really, I need to get the game on. Then I'm ready. I also don't... Do I remember where we left off? We left off in a weird spot where, like... We were in the middle of a trial, but, like... We weren't? Like, did the trial end? Or did it not end? Like, did it end and we're still in the courtroom? Or did it not end? But we still need more stuff. I don't remember. I'm just gonna play. Hold on. Yeah, that looks right. Actually, that doesn't look right. Oh wait. The reason it doesn't look right is because actually I can't see part of the screen. Still doesn't look the same, but can't really fix that. Since I don't run this game in full screen. So we want episode 4, part 1, 2 trial, I think. Yes. Here's our client. I actually got water this time. I'm actually prepared. Mr. Fallis, Eek! I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I wanna say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks. We're almost there, once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we've got to get past. Obstacle? Evidence. Motive. Pal. Motive is big thing here. And we don't even know who she really is. Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Information, right. What we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. If that is her real name. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. One more thing. What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lied. Mr. Fallis, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me everything. I think you mean it reminds you of everything. Bridge looks same. He's not good at English. Just like then, 5 years ago. Like, it could fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Ah, sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. It's true. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago. I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Wait, that's her! Your girlfriend? Huh? Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne? The victim's last name. Dalia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? The girl. Let her go. Shut up. Come any closer, and I'll kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it. Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie, betray me. Betray us. What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping, too. A make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas. I do anything she says, anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too. Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We send to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective. Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman. That woman, Valerie. She'd do it for real. She shot me for real. Me and Dahlia. I was shot in the arm. Dahlia. She jumped in river. Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. That man, Terry Fallis, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. The body was never found. But that's because she never died. These 5 years, all I wonder is, why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. That's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth. That's all. But that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, zebra boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Fawless, where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I don't know. Huh? You don't know? No, really, I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia. With Dahlia. That's there. On the bridge. Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone, with Dahlia, gone forever, into Eagle River. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about ready to go. Mr. Fawless, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dalia Hawthorne? Never found her, my sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Swallowed by river. Gone, Dahlia. My teen angel. Your teen angel? How old was she anyway? Just 14. Age 19. 14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds. She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil? Man oh man, angels these days. Fawless takes the fall and gets the one-way ticket to death row. Is Dalia Hawthorne an angel, or is she really a... It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. Diamond added to the court record. The training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember. Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Fawless. Witness, are you feeling better? Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best. You're a brave young lady. Not this again. I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime, that's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish. Next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, of course, I think. Huh. You're still acting as tame as a kitten, Mr. Armando. Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Just like Phoenix's nervous smile as he scratches the back of his head. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro. Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course, Mr. Judge is pretty anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? But that's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true. I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. It looks like this witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click. She lights right up. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say. I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. Oh, but I don't think that is true. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. I don't think that is true either. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile. You bet. Somehow I have to tie her to this case. So, what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed, it was a brutal civil war. She had to try and make her way back home alone. I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sob story is this? What do I do? Should I press her for details? I'll wait. There's nothing I can do about her claim to have lost all her identification. All I can do is wait to find some other evidence about her real identity. Very well then, Miss Foster, please proceed. Why didn't she have an identification? So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors. Picnics, hiking, you know the sort of thing. Don't look like much of a hiker to me. But you do look like a digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here, and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. What? You said you've never been there, and now you said you've been there. Hmm? That's a contradiction there. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty, and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college? The prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to the crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious intent. Thank you. She's really gone too far. Miss Fey, you're treading on thin ice here. I hardly say anything. Talk about sensitive. So until she entered college. Oh. That's why. That's how it's not a contradiction. There we go. Even though, technically it is. So I knew who she really is. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's... Unfortunately, Miss Fey, your last statement proves nothing. Oh really? And why is that? The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that, at the time the officer showed her this photo. That seems like a rather serious mistake. Ha, that's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book. That's not fair! That wicked inmate. I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. You talk about it like you were there. A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death. Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such a deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful, your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client. He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget. It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. Mr. Paulus is kind of forgetful. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me. How do you know it was a white scarf? Because this scarf is not white. That's true. He's clearly a bitter man. This is bad. Mr. Fallis's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? Add it to the testimony. Your Honor, what the witness just said was tremendously important. I'd like it added to the official testimony. The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer, and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point. No, that's not why I... Enough. Witness, if you would. My pleasure, Mr. Judge. How did you know that it was a white scarf? What do you mean by lucky? Well, it's February now. Everyone is wearing scarves. I had accidentally worn a white scarf like he said. Then you yourself might have been killed. That would have been a terrible loss for this world. Looks like you pressed too hard this time, kitten. Armando, keep looking around. Keep looking around you and you're going to lose sight of the finish line. Justice is blind, but she's not deaf. Sometimes you have to know when not to talk. How did you know about that? You knew about that incident. But weren't you out of the country until the year before that? Well, I saw a report about the escaped convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about his whole history. So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right? Yes. Can't let her get away with these lies. Listen to me. She's neck-deep in this whole thing. Somehow, you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self. Let's press harder on this one. I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere though. Edgeworth doesn't want me poking in her private life. Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case. I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Fallis or Detective Hawthorne. Yes, I think we've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you just stated to the official testimony? Yes, please, Mr. Judge. You didn't know either person? Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. Oh well, that can't be helped. Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth? The first time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes, it really was a coincidence. Talk to Dahlia. This means Dahlia is actually alive. How did you know she was wearing a white scarf? Or rather, should be wearing a white scarf? Should I present this? It doesn't feel like it's the right thing. But I don't have a lot of evidence I can present. Let's try it. The music stopped. Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's in black and white. It's hard to see in this photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore. The victim wore as identification. Ah, you are talking about the scarf right here, eh? Yes, that's it. The scarf with the policewoman was wearing. Got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. White? This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white. Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf. Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but there's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is the victim's note from the confidential police materials. Witness, have you ever seen this note? Note? No, never. It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have. I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Flawless's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification. White scarf? Ah! Witness, you knew what this note said. And it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. Erg. Well, Miss Foster? No! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Follis is one, the person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Did you say, one more person? That's right, a person that no one would have suspected. Because she is dead! Have you figured it out, kitten? Yup. The third person that knew the contents of the note was... Dahlia Hawthorne. Deceased, Valerie's younger sis. Victim of the kidnap murder, fell from bridge. No body found. And that person is Dalia Hawthorne. Dalia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. What's this? Who is this person, this Dalia Hawthorne? Miss Fay must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dalia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Follis. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dalia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dalia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are. Ah! Even you couldn't... Miss Fay, you're not saying... But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dalia Hawthorne. What? Ha, nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist. I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Witness, just who are you, anyway? I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. What did he say? An updated autopsy report? Ha, it looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. No way! But then why? If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony. So he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to... the victim's younger sister, Miss Dalia Hawthorne. But... I thought she died 5 years ago. Also, why did you withhold this evidence from us? We thought so as well, but, well, as you can see... Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with this case, the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder. Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious. Her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. But I'm not. What? I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me. Ha. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Oh, that wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict. I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Ha! What makes you think they're empty, boy? Because you're a proteage. Looks like she's... or a protege. There we go. I needed some context there for what that word actually was. Because you're a protege, it looks like she's sweating bullets. Ah, I am sweating bullets. You think you're in a tough spot, huh? Of course, aren't I? No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you. Up to me? Ah, the rashness of youth. How charming. This coming from someone younger than me. Now then, let's not waste any more time, Miss Faye. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? This $2 million diamond, of course. What is this? Is the defense... Is this the defense's idea of a joke? So, I certainly don't get the punchline. Well, Miss Faye? Oh, that was... the rashness of youth. Rashness of youth. It's not that? I don't know what it is. What motive would the witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? She was gonna present the whole truth? Because these photos are not gonna be helpful. So really, the only thing would be this note. The story starts after Terry Fallis escaped. Called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently. A terrific story, Miss Fay. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Fay. What was this secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dolly and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Follis. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh yes, I know this secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago. We believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Ugh. Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia. But this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. "5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Follis. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Follis in the arm. That's when Mr. Follis tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over. Again. And we're to believe after all that she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor? As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle with your cross-examination. Mr. Edgeworth's got the jump on me again. If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up, we've still got that info. That ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. I like how she knew, like, 2 minutes ago, and now she's totally forgotten. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. That's right. It was a fake kidnapping. Terry Follis told us that in the lobby. I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too. Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. Do 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 do. Did you and Mr. Follis have a relationship? Yes. As a tutor. You were tutoring him, Mr. Follis? No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Follis came to the house to tutor me. That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. He probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthornes are in the jewelry trade and are quite wealthy, you see. Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Follis. Did I hear him right? Did he just call Mr. Follis a clever fellow? Where is this diamond now? I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $20 million. $20 million?! It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. A $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that. The defendant demanded that her sister Valerie make an exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I wanted to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on that mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape. There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. What a wickedly clever man that Mr. Follis is. Yeah, right. It was all your plan. Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain and... That was a dangerous thing to do, considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but actually, that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Follis was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. That's when Mr. Follis tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment. Well, when Mr. Follis was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try to run away, but Mr. Follis turned to grab me as well. I ran past and he locked eyes for a second. He gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin. Bloodthirsty grin? Oh! And in the next instant... I advised the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Then just one little shove from behind, that was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. And that's why you hid your identity? Yes. I only told my sister. Valerie Hawthorne, eh? Yes, she is the only one who knew about me. Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years. But that doesn't matter because she's alive. I didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again. And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right? Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of. That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all the paperwork would have been impossible. She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could. It's the moment of truth for this witness, too. Once the truth about this stage kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. She's gotta prove that the kidnapping was a hoax. How do I prove it was a hoax? I don't feel this really connects to anything she said, but it's like the only piece of evidence we have. Other than this. Witnessed and photographed the incident on Dusky Bridge. Where is this diamond now? Wrong part of the testimony, maybe? No. That is correct. We could also use the map of Dusky Bridge. Try that. What do you think of the witness's statement? The music didn't change, so I don't think it is. I don't think anything of it. Damn it. Okay. You say that Mr. Follis pushed you into the Eagle River from behind. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Follis. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been carried away by the mountain. You would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now? I don't really get that. Like, it's a drawing. The drawing isn't that accurate. Like, what is even going on in this image? So, this darker part is the cliff. Oh, there's no water there. It's just some shoreline. And when he says, when she says pushed from behind, she means pushed towards this hole. Even though they're facing each other, so push from behind would be towards the left side of the bridge. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But that's why I just kind of presented random stuff. Do you understand now, Dalia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Ah! Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water's level wouldn't have made a difference. You're right. If the events occurred just as the witness had testified, the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? You see, Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge. What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Follis panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct? Now that you mention it, I do remember now, when I fell off the bridge. I'm not letting you get away so easily. My skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious. Order! Order in the court! Seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Not now, Mia. There's no time to retreat. Fortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault. What? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. For being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Fallis panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say, that's impossible. Ridiculous! What's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. It does? Oh, holy cow, that's pretty tall. Yeah, there is no way she could have been pushed from the side. Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. No! But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. With a bullet in his shoulder, though? So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Fallis had been shot in the right arm. Ah, and more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. So, Mr. Fallis throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible. Gah! Order, order! What is the meaning of this? Dalia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this? Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. Oh, then what was it? What was so important that she'd want to jump into the river? The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her. The $2 million diamond. Ah! No, it can't be. Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million. She's going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Fallis to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Why, that's simply ridiculous! Order, order, order! Your Honor, 5 years ago the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? This woman is a demon. And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Fallis, Valerie called her sister, Dahlia. And then she told her what she was planning to do. Planning to do? She was going to tell the whole truth. As she wrote in her note, that is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne. I love the judge's face. Hee hee. Who is that, laughing at a time like this? Forgive me, it's just hilarious. Witness? Is that you? You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you do have the evidence to back it up, don't you? No I don't. Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14 I plotted with Mr. Fallis and my sister? Well, and one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? You can't provide evidence to at least show that. Well, Miss Fey? I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Fey? Are you stupid or something? How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems that we've come to the end. She gets off the hook this time. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense. Of course you are. This is it? Is it really over? That girl has made a fool of me, and there's nothing I can do about it. Ha. That evidence the trial is over? Who decided that? Mr. Armando! Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there is no evidence, there's still testimony. Testimony? On the day in question, Dalia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Fallis's stolen car, and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman's crimes? Terry Fallis. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Fallis. The defendant? There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia's disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all, and that person is Terry Fallis. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Fallis. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Fallis, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Fallis, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago, on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dalia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other. Terry. Dahlia! It's true. It's true, you're alive! You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad. Tell the truth. The real truth. I believe in you. I believed in you. I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. Dahlia... I will allow Mr. Fallis to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Fallis, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness. Gah! Eek! I'm sorry, I apologize. Water. Please, water. I can't talk. Need water. Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitter than hell itself. Ah! That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of Bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on Bridge. I watched my car from Bridge. I never put nobody in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked. Then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. Mr. Follis, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you? That's enough, Miss Fay. This last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination. Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Follis? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence? There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think. That doesn't sound very reassuring, Armando. Or should I say, Godot? That day. 4 p.m. Oh, yeah, I already read that. According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you? It was raining, already dark, too. You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes? Mr. Follis? Eagle Mountain, that spot. Strong memories. Why did he just clam up? Could it be? He's hiding something here. Alright, remember, could be hiding somewhere, hiding something here. You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct? Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it. I'm sure he is. Zebra Boy waited 5 years to ask a single question. To find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of an eye. You were watching the car? That bridge. Other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So, I was watching car. What else were you expecting him to do? Suppose that's the obvious thing to do, but something's bothering me. I'm getting the feeling. A contradiction? I wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway. No one lives there. There's a small shrine up on the mountain, but that's it. Anyway, nobody came, no car, nothing. Finally, one woman came. Mr. Follis, think carefully now. Are you certain that it was Valerie Hawthorne? I never lie. It's the truth. It was Valerie. I remembered her face. Wait a minute. If you had remembered her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf as identification? Sorry, I told a little lie. But the woman I met, she was different from the woman standing here right now. She was different. It was Valerie. We talked, then she left. What did you talk to her about anyway? Mr. Follis. Valerie told the truth about the kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was all I could think to do. She said that. That's why she lied. Got me the death penalty. And were you satisfied with that answer, witness? Dahlia died. It was my fault. I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her in. It don't matter no more. Either way, my Dahlia, my sweet teen angel, dead. But you just saw that she isn't dead. After Valerie talked to me on bridge, nothing left to live for. How can you be so sure? It was raining at that time, and the sun set. That day was at 5 o'clock. It would have already been pretty dark on that mountain at 4:30. Please, Mr. Follis, this is your last chance. You've already taken the fall once for something you didn't do. That woman. It wasn't Dahlia. Stop right there. What more needs to be said? Even if it means the death penalty. Even if it means taking the blame for murder. You'll still do whatever is necessary to protect her, won't you, Mr. Follis? I know it's obvious, but he's clearly lying. He's been cursed by Dalia Hawthorne. He'll probably go to his grave still believing in her. Mr. Follis, even if you can show he's lying, the poor guy will still be cursed. Still have to point out the contradiction anyway. It's the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess. Why would he be standing there if she wasn't there? There seems to be a contradiction here, as the person you were facing was on the other side of the bridge. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that? Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well then I'm sure too, Mr. Follis. I'm sure that you're lying. Huh? Wah! Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fay. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Follis, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Fallis? Please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place. Did you go to this special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah. It's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love. A memento? 5 years ago, I hid it under base of tree there. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get. The poison bottle. This little bottle on a necklace is your memento? And it's poison inside the bottle. She probably used to kill someone. It's quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock, but he then left his card unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. Irk. That much time. Dalia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. No! Indeed. There certainly was enough time for it. I've still got a chance. Mr. Fallis, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Fallis? He's dead? That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then I have to poison myself. We're supposed to drink bottle, no! Stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess. I was stupid, couldn't keep promise, so I did it. I drank this. No, we are so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence. No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again. Mr. Fallis. Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee. Mr. Fallis! And so my first trial ended suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dalia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. Unforgivable. That witch. Mr. Armando. We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Fallis killed himself. Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty. I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Mia. We get the Godot music. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. He just broke his cup! The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. You just broke your cup. Mr. Armando, you're bleeding. No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then, you file them away and eventually forget them. One year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. The Phoenix case. Only after that did Dalia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was... guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that made me remember all this. Uh-oh. The final episode, maybe? Bella goes so well into this episode, I'm gonna have to play some of this episode before I stop. And anyway, that was like really short. Oh, I just saved. Oh, hey. It's that statue. Shishito, the treasured Curane village heirloom, whose name means seven-branched sword. It is said that this sacred sword represents life itself. Thought the branches may appear to be infinite, the choice is limitless. Like our destinies, the sword comes to but one end, one merciless point. And when the silver cord, the fragile thread that binds us to this world, is severed, the illusion is revealed, and the implicability of fate is finally laid bare. Whatever that means. Hey, Nick. Yeah, what is it? Or, hey, Nick. Or, hey, Nick. There we go. That's the one I wanted. You know how I've got spiritual powers unlike you? Sure, you are a spirit medium after all. But just like you, if I don't keep my powers sharp, they get dull, right? I guess so, yeah. Glad you agree. Okay, Pearly, you're up. Pearls? So, that's why we needed to go on a special spiritual hotspot tour, Mr. Nick. Huh? I'm lost. What's this magazine you're shoving in my face? The New Year's issue of Occult Winter Spiritual Location Special. Oh. Pearls looks so happy. Maximize your spiritual powers with just one night of intensive training. Oh, it sounds too good to be true. That's probably because it is too good to be true. I'll say, it sounds more like a scam to me. It's at a spiritual retreat called Hazykura Temple. It's way up in the mountains. I bet it's nice and cold, just perfect for training. Way up in those mountains. Across Eagle Bridge. Now, I definitely don't want to go. No, I think I've heard of this temple before. It's a famous channeling dojo. It's hard for even a real spirit mediums like us to make reservations up there. Reservations? For a temple? Are you serious? Don't worry. I've already made special reservations just for us. Yeah, and I signed up for the special course. That's nice, and the timing couldn't be better, since we don't have a case right now anyway. Alrighty then, it's settled. Well, come on, don't just stand there, start packing your stuff. Yes, Mr. Nick, you better start packing your stuff. Huh? Me? Why do I have to go? Well, we have to be accompanied by someone over 20 years old. Hey, I don't have anything to do with spirit power. The only thing I can channel is a TV. So, is there a heated pool at this Hazykura Temple? No, but you can stand under a freezing waterfall. That is the opposite of what I want. Or rather, what Phoenix wants. Sorry, but I think I'll pass. I hate cold places. What? No way! How can you be so selfish? Come on, Mr. Nick. Look at this place. Doesn't it look beautiful? Nope, not going. I'm gonna be nice and toasty at home. What the... What is it, Mr. Nick? Let me see that magazine. This... nun. Is she a friend of yours or something, Mr. Nick? This girl. It's... My name is Dalia Hawthorne. I just wanted to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? You disgust me. But it can't be. Didn't Phoenix eat the bottle? Like, she probably said, like... Well, actually, I don't think she said anything to him about the bottle. He just ate it. But luckily... he did not ingest any poison. She was found guilty and should still be in prison. Mr. Nick? I'll go. Huh? Hazykura Temple. I said I'll go. Yay! Isn't that great, Pearly? Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, right? Even walk over burning coals, right? Occult New Year's issue received from Pearls. Dahlia Hawthorne. I knew there was no way she could possibly be at that temple. But I just had to see for myself. Who is this nun? who this nun really was. February 7th, 3:24 p.m., Hazykura Temple, main gate. Brr, it's so cold here, Nick. I thought you said you love the cold, Maya. Maybe you should put on something warmer for a change. Well, it's supposed to be cold. It's training. Achoo! Her teeth are chattering so loudly, it's all I can do to make out what she's saying. Wow, Mystic Maya. So this is the famous Hazykura Temple. How are you not cold? Pearly. Achoo! Well. How nice to see you here. Welcome to our temple. Oh, thank you. Achoo! Oh my. Thank you for coming all this way. Come now, you must have been cold. What's with the past tense? We're freezing into human popsicles! Ho ho ho, well, we are high up in the mountains after all. In any case, we shouldn't speak here. Please follow me inside. Thank you. I was starting to think... Oh, yes, I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm the head nun here at the temple. My name is Bikini. Well, I really would not want to wear a bikini in this weather. Bikini? That's right. Actually, that's my temple name. What do you think? It's a tradition to have one, and I wanted something that was a nice image, that has a nice image to it. So I thought, why not choose a bikini? Besides, it makes me seem younger. Ha 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 ha. It certainly does. Oh, I signed up for your special course. Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those, you... channel. Meaning, one with the freezing cold. Reckless? Wahaha! Maybe you should take it easy tonight, Mystic Maya. We can come back another day. But you went through all that trouble. Yes, that's right. You've come all this way, so please enjoy yourselves. There's still time for supper, so why don't you have a look around? I thought you said you were going inside, but we can seem to have a chat with you. Out here in the freezing cold. So what's a channeling dojo anyway? Oh, my. You don't even know that? Forgive him, sister, for he knows not... Well. Just call me Bikini and forget that sister part. A channeling dojo is basically a spiritual power training ground. Something tells me I'm gonna need it for, my next trial. We have special holy items prepared here to help people boost their spiritual power. Holy items? If you train an entire evening surrounded by these items. It's quite mysterious. The spiritual power of these items seems to envelop you. Wow, she must have gotten off the trolley from the land of make-believe. So what exactly is the special course? I have to read... Whenever someone other than Bikini is talking, I have to read it super fast, because she just does not wait. You must be incredibly devoted to be interested in that at such a young age. It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant a spell. 30,000 times, all while being showered in freezing cold spirit water. Eh? It's February now, right? You have to be careful this time of year. You might freeze to death. You don't watch it, you'll catch pneumonia, or maybe even die of hypothermia. So be careful, you hear? How am I supposed to be careful? Oh no, I knew I shouldn't have signed Mystic Maya up for this. Sister, about this picture. Well, well, look at that. I must say I look rather divine here, don't you think? Oh, yeah. Unforgettable in every way. You mean it? Oh, I knew it. The makeup was pretty tough, but Iris helped me out. Iris, huh? Iris? The cute little girl in the photo, she looks just like me, doesn't she? Not really. We're just a small temple here, so she and I run the entire place. Really? That sounds kind of... Sorry to cut in, but... This Iris... Where is she right now? Oh, just listen to you. You haven't come all the way up here just to find a girlfriend, have you? Glare. No. That's not what I had in mind at all. Anyway, Iris is in the inner temple preparing for this evening. Inner temple? Yes, that's right. Iris will be back this evening. Why don't you go have a look at the main hall for now? Ha 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 ha. She's in the inner temple, huh? Do you think you could take a look at this? I may not look like it, but I can tell you I'm very much in demand. And to be quite honest, I'm finding this a little difficult to say. What is she trying to say, Mr. Nick? I think she's trying to say that she's busy. But seriously, Nick, what's the deal? Nothing has even happened yet, and you're already shoving evidence into people's faces? You need to forget about work and relax a little. Try to have some fun, okay, Nick? Mr. Nick? Yeah, you're right. Sure. Pin the hypothermia on the lawyer is great fun. Do you like my badge? She's too busy to talk to me, apparently. Not even gonna talk about herself. Do you know Mia? Nope. She doesn't know anyone. That looks like the main hall where we'll be staying tonight. From here, it looks like one of those ice hotels you always hear about. They gotta have a heater or something in there, don't you think? I don't wanna die. I'm not worried. I brought my hot water bottle. Did you bring one for me? What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Or Nick? Who carries around 2 hot water bottles? There. The cold doesn't kill me, the Ice Queen over here will finish the job. What do you think, Nick? Pretty awesome gate, huh? Sure is. It looks pretty well maintained, too. Thing kinda puts your hometown to shame, Maya. Yeah, well, a lot of things have happened in Curain Village. We used to be a lot richer back when people hired us to perform channelings. Oh, I see, but the place looks a bit run down. I guess I was just born into the wrong time. Oh, look! It's a cute little bell tower. I absolutely love the sound of a giant bell. Oh, so which do you like better? That or the sound of money? Sorry, but I'll take money for the win, Nick. What are you apologizing for? This door is not examinable? Oh look! It's one of those snow motorcycle things! Most people call that a snowmobile, you know. Snow motorcycle things, snow blow meal. Snow blow meal. Same thing. Too bad we didn't invite Desiree. I bet she could race like the wind on this snowmobile. Now you know how to pronounce it? I'm gonna call it a... Oh, here we go. Or maybe she'd give me a ride on this... Blow snowbile. Arg, I told you it's snowmobile! I guess we'll go to the suspension bridge. That sounds exciting. I'm gonna go to the suspension bridge. Nick, why are we going to the suspension bridge? She said come inside. Don't take that out of context. Wow, look at this bridge down... Look at this broken down old bridge, Nick. Yeah, it looks at that big canyon, and look at that big canyon below us. Hey, there's a river down there. Looks like it's flowing real fast. A lot of these things seem to be adding up. What's wrong, Nick? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm not very good with heights. Oh, hey, I've got it. Maybe you should face your fear and try hurling yourself off the edge. I don't plan on doing that anytime soon, Maya. Hopefully I never have to do that. You know, 1, 2, 3, jump! It might be just what you need to get over your fear of heights. Yeah, death is a real good way to overcome phobias, alright. Anyway, it sure looks like a rickety bridge. I can't argue there. That's probably why they call it... It's called Dusty Bridge. Read it again, Maya. It says Dusky Bridge. Well, it's practically the same thing. Dusty Bridge? Is that what the bridge was called, or was it Dusky Bridge? I feel like Maya accidentally said the correct name of the bridge. Some letters are engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusty Bridge, huh? It says Dusky Bridge, okay? Come on, Nick, take a look at the bridge and tell me it's not supposed to be dusty. This sign is obviously wrong, and I'm gonna fix it. Now give me a pencil, Nick. Do I look like a pencil holder to you? How are you gonna write it on there with a pencil? It's a rock. Can't believe there's a public phone here. Who would ever use it? Wait, hold on a second. Mr. Fallis did say there was a shrine up here. And they did meet at the shrine. Suspicious. I can't believe there's a public phone here. Who would ever use it? People who live here, I guess. I doubt they have any real phones here. Yeah, but it looks like 20 minutes to walk here from the main hall. Took like 20 minutes to walk here from the main hall. Would have been smarter of them to build the main hall here, don't you think? Maybe you should work, channeling someone who makes logical sense, Maya. Let's look at this, 50-foot drop. It looks like about 20 yards. Looks like it's about 20 yards to that cliff over there. I guess that's where I'll be training tonight. Do you want to train with me, Nick? And do this special course? I think not. But it'd be so great if you had spiritual powers too. Really? I see dead people sounds more of a cause for alarm to me. Come on, Nick. Why don't we hop across the bridge? It'll be fun. I'm not so sure. Looks like a bunny hopping across the bridge would destroy it. Okay, Nick, let's try to find a cute, fluffy little bunny and test your theory. That right there sums up the fundamental difference between sane and insane. I've already checked all this. Ooh, there's footprints. Is that our footprints? There's a narrow path going off in a different direction than that of the main hall. Sign here is so old, the text seems to have vanished. You mean Heavenly Hall? Path leads to a wooden staircase that goes down to the bottom of the canyon. Okay, I'll write wooden staircase on it then. You really think that is necessary? You'd have to be blind not to see the stairs. Well, it can't hurt. Just pass me a pencil, okay? Graffiti is a crime, Maya. Where are they reading that? There's like no extra sign here. Is it on the back of the sign? That's weird. Written on the back of the sign. Alright, nothing special seems to be here. I didn't expect anything, but like, I had to go to the suspension bridge. How long have I been streaming? I'll probably stop soon here. February 7th. Hazykura Temple, main hall. The main hall, I think it's even colder in here. Achoo! Ah, Mr. Nick, do you smell that? It smells like meat and gravy. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's pot roast for tonight. Yum. Weird, I thought they would serve something a little more, well, tradition. What are you talking about, Nick? You think monks and nuns just sit around eating rice gruel all the time? Mystic Maya is right. Oh, I hope there's mashed potatoes too. I love mashed potatoes. Ha ha ha. What a cute little acolyte. Greetings to all of you. Oh, hello. Who are you? Wow, this lady makes Maya look like a 6.8 out of 10 on the weirdness scale. Your outfit. Did you come here for the special course too? I am the special course. Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, no. Actually, I'm... Ah! You're Miss Elise Dioxynim. I need to look up after stream how to pronounce that. Because I'm pretty sure it's not pronounced Dioxynim. Looks like a French name. I really need to look up how to pronounce French words. Because this has a lot of French words in it. Yes, that's right. You know of me? Especially that one case with the French guy. My name is Pearly. I mean Pearl Faye. I'm your biggest fan. Who is she, Nick? I see it now. Valerie! A fortune teller? I've got all your books, Miss Dioxynim. Ha ha ha. What a sweet thing to say, and please call me Elise. Thank you. Call her Elise, please. Because I don't want to keep trying to pronounce her name. Books? Mr. Nick, don't you know anything? Don't you even know who this is? Well, an author, maybe? Yes, and an illustrator of picture books. Picture books, huh? Oh, now I get it. I don't get it, Maya. What are you getting? Let's examine. There are straw zabuton cushions arranged around a hibachi brazier. I haven't seen a layout like this since I saw this really old Japanese movie on TV. If it wasn't for this hibachi, they'd probably freeze to death. It's an altar. It looks a bit old, but someone does a good job of taking care of it. Speaking of altars, I remember seeing one like this in Kurian Village last year. I guess they really do have something to do with spiritual power after all. It's a stack of straw zabuton cushions. Maya told me that this type of zabuton is called Enza. I suppose if I'd never come here, I'd have missed out on all these new things. Hey, it's a Magatama. There's a laughably large Magatama on the altar. If I can see Cyclops with the tiny Magatama I've got, I can only imagine what kind of power this bad boy has underneath its hood. Ooh. I bet the rating on these sliding doors are instructions for spirit channeling. Or just, you know, 101 ways to make money! Kinda like how we scribbled math formulas on the bathroom walls yeah. Except we couldn't go to the bathroom during tests. And I can't read these walls. wonder what is scribbled on the walls. I'm sorry, I didn't know who you are. I don't get a lot of chances to really enjoy picture books. It's alright. I take no offense to that. My books are nothing but simple stories for children. And really beautiful pictures too, Miss Elise. Your books always make me feel as if my heart has been purified. Ha ha ha. It makes me feel very happy to hear you say that. I do have to admit, she certainly seems like a kind, sensitive lady. Miss Elise won an award last year for her book, The Magic Bottle, in which it was used to poison people. Yes, a friend of mine secretly submitted a story I had written to a publisher. They liked it so much that they asked if it was alright to make it into a book. Wow, it must have been a really great story. Maybe I should try to write a children's book too. If I do, you can secretly send it to a publisher for me, Nick. Recently, I've accepted a sort of apprentice, you might say. An apprentice? He calls himself Loris Dioxynim. But is not the same last name as you? I believe he's off doing some landscape sketches now. On Loris's behalf. As well, I'd like to thank you for your support. Of course, Miss Elise, anything for you. Ha ha ha. Why did you come to Hazykura Temple, Miss Elise? Are you here to do some spiritual training? Ha ha ha. No, that's not it. I'm actually here to gather materials for a new book I'm working on. Wow, I can't wait to read it. Pearls is completely taken with her. I wanted to do a book with a more Japanese feel to it this time. So is that why you dressed like you are? The children have a certain image of me in their minds. I don't want to disappoint them. What can I say? She's really a sweet lady. Wow, Miss Elise, you're dressed up like a mountain nun. Yes, the good people here were kind enough to let me borrow this. I'm wearing training clothes underneath my robe, as well. I want a staff like that. You like the crystal sphere? It's real amethyst, you know. Maybe we'll find the one like that up here on this mountain. Good luck, Nick. I know you'll find me one. Thanks, Maya. Well, you'll have to excuse me now. I have to go help with the dinner preparations. Wow, you mean you're cooking dinner tonight? That's right. Would you like to help too, Pearl? Yes, I want to help with whatever I can. Pearls looks like she just won the lottery. Oh, I'll help too then. No, it's fine. Please don't worry about it. Feel free to relax and explore the area with your friend. Huh? But... Oh, yes. Please take this. I think it will be of help to you. It's a map of the area. We wouldn't want you to get lost now, would we? So that's where we are. Said there was some other temple that way. With wooden stairs leading to it. Or they just changed the name, or just the sign was a lie. It's a map of the area. We wouldn't want to get lost. The inner temple. There it is, on the other side of the bridge. Well, if you insist, I guess we'll take this chance to go check out the other temple. Okay, I'll see you two later then. Remember, you're not allowed to fight. Come on, Nick, let's go. At least we'll stay warm if we keep moving. I think that is a great time. Stop. And then I will resume it later. Let's see, is anyone online? Does not look like it. Kind of miss when my dogs was online every night. I'll just end the stream. Thanks for watching. See you later. Good night.